Is this thing on? This is unplanned, unscripted, bad lighting, no makeup. I'm lonely. I had to put my dog down last week. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to cry. I was thinking about going live on IG, but I don't know. Just felt like a weird audience there. I guess I want to talk to myself, but also talk to anyone else out in the void. Swigs TV, that is really me. I am just sad. And I miss my dog. Oh, my phone's at 20%. And I haven't really been alone. Or by myself in like 15 years. And I got my account back like a month ago. I'm trying not to cry. Let's talk about something else. I'm just a little apathetic towards life and don't really have the will to live right now. I'm very lucky that I have found the love of my life, because I think if I was truly alone right now, I feel like I've lost all my humanity. But I miss this and I don't know how to like fit it back in. Like I love it and I hate it. Somebody said, you think Trump is really sending out that 2000? Lately, I've been spending a lot more time on Twitter. I don't know if you have one of those or not. And a lot more talkative there than I have been on Instagram. I think this is all part of the plan. I think this is one of the baby steps towards a digital identification and eventual social credit score. How novel. Okay, let me back up. So, Trump isn't in the business of being wrong, okay? Overall, like generally, but like on a personal level for him. And so, while we've been in this like pit per se, you have to remember, I don't know if you saw this video, I shared it in September, and it was a Russian video, and it was talking about how, like, literally this man in Russia speaking in Russian, and it was saying that the United States is going to buy all of its debt or somehow transfer the debt into crypto and then devalue crypto and thereby, devalue the debt. Then you could buy your own debt back and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, that plan has been going on for a little while. So crypto has followed this scheme. I think it's 156 days or something, or excuse me, 1056 or something along like that. This loop that it's been following after its halvings. Am I saying that right? Halvings. I don't fucking know. I'm promise I'm circling back around. So all of this year, Eric Trump has said that the fourth quarter is going to be crazy for crypto and that a Bitcoin is going up to $1 million a coin. And Trump is part of the ushering in of the digital identification. I think he's going to do that through revamping immigration. I think he's going to do that with some sort of elimination of the IRS and introduction of something new. I think part of that is going to be also a revamp of SNAP. I think when the government opens up again, there's going to be that is going to be transferred to the individual through some sort of digital crypto. And then I also think that this new tariff back to the citizen is going to come through some digital crypto. So imagine if they transferred all of this to you in some sort of stable coin, which would include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, I don't know, those big major ones. And then I think these are all precursors to our main new digital ID our eventual social credit score. I think maybe there's like an elimination of the IRS involved in that. And that, like, you remember in that last year of the Biden administration, all of our social security numbers were leaked, literally from the Fed, and then they like never talked about it again. So I can imagine, like, in a scam conversation, that Trump introduces the idea of the elimination of the social security number combined with a revamping. He's about to do that with Fannie and Freddie with the fucking 50-year mortgage. I also saw how he's floating the idea of now a 15-year car note. And like the anarchist in me is just like, why the fuck isn't the government in any of these discussions? Anyways, all to circle back, the Trumps aren't in the business of being wrong. Eric Trump has made very specific statements about crypto in the fourth quarter. Here we are. And so I foresee a tariff payment to the individual, but in order to receive it, you have to sign up for there's some sort of flying here. Sign up for a new digital identification tied into crypto, tied into the stable coin. And so the all of that's going to be tied in together. The reduction of debt, the increased tariff, the tariff back to the individual, all of that involving the digital ID, all of that leading to your eventual social credit score. That was a long little rabbit hole, but here we are. Here we are. How am I doing? Not great. I'm really sad. A lot of grief. Miss my dog. I don't know what to do. Somebody asked about the Medium. I have so many DMs to go through. I'll admit that I put the question on my story, and maybe within the first 20 minutes, I was investigating one or two or three of the things I got back, and I immediately booked one. Without a great deal of, no, like, it's great. Great reviews, top of the line, paying a great deal of money for a 90-minute session. But I haven't gone through all the other ones yet, and I might kind of see how that first one goes before I do more. And I will say that I found this one compelling in the sense that I can't remember what it was now, because I was recommended to one individual name, and it turns out she's not taking clients anymore, but she had like 5 or 10 students under her, and I was reading all of their reviews and stuff. And so the one that I selected said that they ask you to wait 30 days after your pet has passed before you do this. And it said for like a clear connection. And I found that interesting. And a lot of the ones I was receiving in DMs, like, I will say I'm very grateful. I had some people like that were like, I'll do it for you. And I honestly kind of wanted somebody who there was a degree or two of separation. Therefore, I didn't feel like any of it was like contrived or said because like you know me or know of me or whatever. But I have an appointment. It's like the first Sunday, or the second Sunday maybe of December, the 7th or something like that, for 90 minutes with an individual. And it was expensive, but I'll tell you how it goes, and we'll go from there. One of my old followers, Zinni, if you're from the OG days of the Quantum Collective, if you know, it was an old chat we had. Zinni, I met through Maria stuff, and she does readings. And we did a reading on Friday that my friend Cheney paid for. It was a very nice, sweet gift. And we did this, she just like read tarot. And it was really interesting. She didn't know like kind of why I was calling. And I just had some like sweet signs from the universe. So that was nice to just kind of feel somebody on my like woo-woo level just kind of like talk energy to me. It's cool if you're open to that stuff. You should be. Anyways, let me see. What else do we have here? Somebody said, John, Kim, you used to listen to my podcast. Thank you so much. Thank you for still being here. I really want to get back to that life. It's really hard to juggle and balance between my 3D job and this part of me. And the more jaded I become, the less I want to talk online, because some of it is just so silly to me, and like I just don't want to like report on it. Unfortunately, I I'm a niche person online as it is, and most of the people that I enjoy talking to don't get to like see my content regularly, and I'm pushed to like a lot of right-wing people, and I'm just kind of like tired of having that conversation. Like I'm looking for a more elevated conversation, I guess. And maybe that's why I've got to transition back here, because a lot of my content gets kind of lost on the wrong people. And then I just feel disheartened and I don't want to do it anymore. And I don't know, there's not a what is there to say now? To be critical of the administration and then to have a sect of people who are just like, how dare you? I swear you used to be a Trump supporter. Um, and I'm just getting to this place of jaded where I could effectuate change if I had a great deal of money. Like, if I had a war chest that I could throw around and just fuck around, like, what a great life that would be. And I could step in and out of the game. And I have these investments that I'm like hoping are going to come through and allow me to leave my 3D life. But until I get to that juncture, I just feel like I'm in Groundhog Day and I'm playing the same. Like, I delve like deeper and deeper into this 3D version of myself. And I have the heart of this like transcended 5D, whatever the fuck bullshit that is. And it gets a little darker all the time because unless I have all of these simoleons, you know what I mean, that I can use to hide from the masses and the media and the government in the hills or in the mountains of Colorado, what the fuck am I supposed to do other than enjoy myself? And enjoying myself means stepping back from watching this kind of real, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm getting to this jaded place where I don't know that it's possible for us to effectuate change in this reality as it is. And so without some sort of overarching, bad word that I can't say on here because I don't want to be on another government watch list. Like, unless there's some like swamp draining event where everyone goes down at the same time, the founding fathers created the country so that we would effectuate change at a small scale on a slow level through elections, but elections aren't real. So how do you ever do anything? How do you ever effectuate any change? And then I just want to go back to 3Ding and making as much money as I can so I can go play in the mountains forever. I don't know. It's a vicious cycle. Like, will I ever step off the rat or whatever the fuck, the wheel to get out of the rat race? I don't know. But I'm struggling. I'm trying to watch The Wire. Do you have any television recommendations for me? I know this is supposed to be an incredible fucking show. I just can't get into it. Anyways, so sorry for that sour take on existence, but my heart is broken and I hate everything. Anyways, it would be nice, I suppose, to get $2,000 from the government. The last time that the government shut down, there was some sort of payment like this made, and it was essentially the beginning of the bull run in crypto. So there's that. That would be nice for some of us. But I'm tired of talking about Israel. I'm tired of reading about Israel. I like everything is just so sensational, and like the Supreme Court came out and said, no, 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 like we're not turning over gay marriage. And if anyone had a fucking clue and had read about the merit of the suit before the Supreme Court, you would see that like that request was just like this tiny request, and that of the appellant saying like, oh hey, by the way, while we're back here, because she had been before the court before, oh hey, by the way, while we're here, would you consider overturning that separate case for which we are not here? And if anyone has a clue, like of course the Supreme Court is not going to do that. Not going to rule on an issue it's previously ruled on just because some fucking hick out of Kentucky asks them to. I don't know, like, I keep seeing that on the news, and he keeps pissing me off. And I'm like, why isn't anybody saying this? And then I'm like, you're the one that's supposed to say this. But nobody listens to me. So, here we are. Oh, man. Thanks for the 15 of you that are hanging out with me. Remember when I used to smoke weed with you on here? And then an old employee of my firm told on me and got me in trouble with my bar. Like, oh, what a day when I do not have a fucking entity overlooking my shoulder, I just wanna be in the mountains with my computer. Wait, what is that from? It's a movie. Oh, it's Forrest Gump. I just wanna play guitar on a theater. You know what I'm talking about? I'm here all by myself. Anyways, if you've seen Forrest Gump, maybe you know what I'm talking about. I just want to be in the mountains with my computer, trading crypto, hiking. When will I be getting together with HV again? Honestly, as soon as possible. I've just really got to like kick my fucking ass and find the will to live and find the will to do a podcast. And not to sound like a little fucking brat, it's just a lot of time. Maybe 1 hour of podcasting is like 4 or 5 hours on the back end. And I'm a perfectionist. And yeah, just, I'm also in love, which is really nice. But as soon as I find the will, then Cheney, for example, Human Vibration as another example, will be back on the roster for a major catch-up. I encourage you to go seek out HV. Sorry. She has a paid subscription on Patreon. However, pumps out regular content. I think it's around $8 a month, and highly recommend. Good stuff. Do you have anything else for me? I don't know what else to discuss. You must consider... Oh, did I see? Yay, making amends with the Hebrews. Like, how on par for this narrative, as we sit at the dick of Netanyahu and just fucking suck him off over and over again. I am just tired of talking about Israel. I'm tired of talking about Palestine. I'm tired of talking about just like politicians generally. The pork, I saw something about how, I follow all these things on Twitter that discuss like the rumors on the Hill and like this is what's supposed to happen next per, blah blah blah. And in if you saw this last week, Pelosi announced that she would not be seeking re-election, and I then saw how it was rumored that there's going to be like an insider trading bill that's proposed, and like, oh, it's about time. And it's just like, what? Like, we waited till Pelosi stepped down before you would proffer the idea of this? Like, it's just, I think everything is a simulation, but it's just like so simulated to me. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. Uber Tramp, I'm so fucking excited to see you live too. If you're just tuning in, I am here in my apathetic, makeupless, lightless state because I'm lonely and I miss you. Oh, I didn't mean to ask me if I want to put retouch on. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you. Rick Rebel said Maria, and I'm gonna say Rick Rebel. What's new with me? If you have any recommendations, I would love them for New Orleans. You could comment them here. You could send me an email. You could slide in my DMs on Instagram. But my dear friend Cheney, if you know, you know, she and I have the same birthday, and together, we're going to New Orleans, and we both haven't been there before. And I would love some recommendations, especially in the woo-woo, voodoo, hoodoo department. Also, I would love a sex club recommendation too. I'll never forget. I went to law school in Memphis, and one of my biggest regrets is that I never rode the train to Tunica and then down to New Orleans. But some of my guy friends went down there, and they were talking about how, like, they were just walking down the way, and they looked at, like, this door blew open, and they looked down, and, like, somebody was strung up, like, chained up, hanging from the ceiling. And I thought that sounded fun. I think my phone's about to die. Hold. Okay, we're okay. I also would like to go see Big Bend State Park, or Big Bend National Park in Texas. If you know me, you know I'm a little witchy. And really the story goes, I had this like incredible, almost religious experience with the stars in Banff one night a number of years ago, and changed my life. I don't know what space is. I don't know what the stars are. Either way, it was fucking incredible. We don't have to know the answers to everything to enjoy life. And ever since then, I've been like chasing that high. It was really funny. Like, I saw it, incredible. And so the next year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Wyoming. Took P, we drove across country, and I figured, oh, of course I'll see the stars like this again. And no, not of course. I don't know what happened that night in Banff. But I've been chasing that sky ever since, and unfortunately have not quite found it. So I became a little witchy, and I decided that I would plan my trips with the new moon, meaning there's no moon in the sky, and therefore hoping that you would see a better sky. But Big Bend in Texas is supposed to be, I think, one of the darkest areas of the country. And I'm thinking about going there over the new moon in December, and then doing something for Christmas, but I don't know what. We still need to do a Mammoth Cave meetup for sure, especially because my boyfriend lives in Kentucky, and God love him, he comes and visits me most of the time, but sometimes I'm up there, and I think about it. So yeah, we should plan that for sure. Ashley asks if I am still sober and Callie sober. I'm still sober. It'll be 3 years. 3 years on January 1st. It's actually really interesting. I'm Cali sober. I'm still smoking weed. I don't smoke as much weed as I used to, and I don't feel like I get high anymore either. I'm considering taking a tolerance break, but it really helps me sleep, so I don't know. Anyways, I've gotten to this place where I don't want to live by like rules per se. So my not drinking started from taking a month off, realizing I really liked it, and like here I am. And I don't like I'm very competitive, and so I like the idea of like, oh, it's been this long. Oh, it's almost like a badge. Like I'm the most devout AA member that's never been to AA. At the same time, I don't believe in rules. And like if you and I were to go to Italy and we were at a vineyard right now, I would want to drink wine. Like I would want to try it. I don't have a problem. I don't want to live by this rule. It just became not appealing to me and all these other reasons. So I have tried it a couple times and tried to have where was I? My anniversary over the summer and ordered a really nice glass of wine, and I just have like no stomach for it. It's so strange. And I use wine a lot when I cook. Well, when I like make an Italian sauce, but I really like to flambe things. I make like a spicy rigatone, so like a vodka sauce, and I always flambe it, but I also like to do that with wine. Anyways, I'll buy a nice bottle of wine, and like last week I tried to have a glass of wine with what I was cooking because in my head it sounded really nice. So I was like, oh, Filet Friday, I want a glass of wine, and then I took a sip of it and it tasted like vinegar. So I don't know. I don't know what's in store for me, but as of now, I no longer drink. How fun, but I'm still a hoot, don't worry. It's really trippy if you decide not to drink, and it really throws people off, and people like don't know how to categorize you. It's a very interesting perspective. If you have never taken a break, you should definitely take a break. And if you're here, obviously we think similarly, but it's also, this is an interesting perspective I haven't really talked to anyone else about. Again, with my competitiveness, I know this is going to sound bad, and I don't mean it to sound bad, but it also, not drinking came with like a sense of superiority to me in if I were like beating you, like it nobody's keeping score, but it just like I'll go out and I'll be out with my boyfriend and his friends, and I watch them and they're all drinking to excess, and it's just gross. It grosses me out. And I just kind of feel like a little bit better about myself. And I try to like pride myself on never judging. So this is just like an internal complex conversation I'm having out loud with you. But like it was like a badge of honor. The more I haven't drank and the more I tell people I don't drink, and then the more it like turned them off, that like made me happy. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. But I think I might let you guys go. This was nice. Thanks for listening to me. I don't really know what else to talk about right now. And I keep seeing myself unmasked here, and it's a little scary. But I really do want to get back to podcasting again. And I hope if you listened before that you'll listen again. But I need to, I don't know, I just don't know, guys. I don't know what to do from here. Where do we go? What do we do? How do we effectuate change? Do we even want to effectuate change? I don't know. What did I see something recently that just gave me such pause? I don't, like, what is the answer? Because as somebody who travels a lot and has spent some time outside of the country. You know, if I had the right number of simoleons, part of me thinks that maybe I should be an expat for a little while. And sadly, that wasn't a real conversation that I would have with myself while my dog was still alive, because he just wasn't in a place where that would be feasible. But I don't know. If you had the money, would you move somewhere else for a little while? I don't know. I think about it. I spent some time in Guatemala. Man, what a trip that was for me. I went to climb a volcano, Añejo, which Añejo and Fuego, totally recommend. But I went and spent some time at this lake called Lake Atitlan, and I was traveling around the lake on a 4-wheeler tour, and I can't imagine the poverty that's there. And it made my trip feel like so silly to like get back to my room and like look at my nice fancy things that I'd brought on this trip, and to be in a place like that, like being a tourist touring when observing how a great deal of other people actually live. It's a very interesting perspective in that way. I think it's good to have that, good to experience that, to like come back and look at the world in which we exist and think, is this really it? I don't know. Do any of my other single, childless people feel that way? Nothing like a death close to home to make you like want to pack up everything you own and leave. I don't know. I'm like teetering on the edge of this. Like, I grew up, I went to high school, I went to college, I got the degree, I immediately went to law school, I got the degree, I immediately started practicing, and here I am, so unhappy with it. And stepping out and like getting a divorce at a young age was like kind of the first like big mold that I was breaking in like that super traditional like Southern expectation sense. And like I'm teetering on the edge of like breaking this mold right now. And I think part of me is scared because, like, what will I do for money? How will I survive? XYZ. And part of me is like, you should just break the molding and like you'll fucking figure it out. But I don't know. I hope Trump does all the things we talked about in the beginning of this, because if the crypto market pumps, then my bags are gonna pump, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out and go live in the mountains. Have I thought about being an environmental lawyer? It's so interesting growing up, you know? What's that quote that's like, if you're a Republican in your 20s, you have no heart. If you're a Democrat in your 30s, you have no brain, or something like that. And like, you know, to grow up Southern and Republican-esque, conservative, you know, we grew up with like the two distinct blue and red boxes, and there's no blending per se. So you can't support the environment unless you're a Democrat. And obviously, none of that's true now, but I wasn't like the outdoors, like I was sporty growing up, but not outdoorsy sporty per se. And here I am now, like the biggest adventure national park seeker. And I feel like I'm just like turning into this conservationist. And I think like, if I could do anything, take this as an admission, everyone. I wish my crypto bags would pump so I could quit my job and fulfill my life's mission of destroying AI data centers. But you guys, it's crazy. And I'm so upset that the elite have like set their eyes on Tennessee now, because for a while we really flew under the radar. Austin is a new headquarters for the CIA, but Nashville obviously is as well. And it's getting so big for its britches. And Elon Musk is boring this fucking tunnel from the airport downtown. And He's also throwing all this money into an AI data center out of Memphis. And if you know anything about Memphis, Memphis has aquifers, and our public natural water is like the top of the top, the crisp of the crisp. Like, you're not going to get much else better in the country. And there's something about that, and there's something about Egypt and its connection here, and the Nile, and the Mississippi, and the Colorado River, and the Euphrates. It's all very interesting, and I don't like it. I just want to destroy it. One coin I'm really rooting for, Wix, is the Look coin. And I might know some people involved with it, and it's going to be adopted by Pornhub as its currency. And so I'm just waiting for the public to obtain that knowledge, and there will hopefully be a parabolic pop. But it's a good time to buy because the market's down and it's like 3 cents a coin right now. But yeah, I'm hoping that has a nice little parabolic pump, and I'm gonna get some fucking simoleon coins and rosebud my fucking way to Colorado, and I won't look back. I love the South, but I gotta go play in the mountains for a while. Okay, well, I thought about going to yoga, but now I'm not gonna be able to. But I had fun with you guys, so it's worth it either way. But I love you, mean it. Gonna go and get high. Maybe I'll do this every night. I don't know. Thank you. Love you. Podcast soon.